This past week at Young Adults, we talked about pouring out compassion on others, and here's a quick recap on it if you missed it. Every day we sit back and we make armchair assessments, value statements on others based on their worth, what they look like, what they can do. It's no wonder that we love people watching. We love to observe people, but oftentimes this can lead to unnecessary judgment and critique and creating a low value on someone. As Christians, this has a profound impact on our ability to reach the world. Because if we look at someone and we say, they're so far gone, they're such a sinner, or they're so totally spiritually confused, and we put low value on them and kind of put them aside, we are underestimating the role of compassion of Jesus working through us and the role that God has put in us to reach the world, to show them that Jesus Christ is alive. Now, these value statements are not unfamiliar. In the Bible, we read in Luke 15 that the Pharisees were highly critical of Jesus, the fact that he valued people that were considered lowly. He reached out to those that were often rejected. In Luke 15, 1-2, it says, "Now the tax collectors and sinners were all gathering around to hear Jesus. The Pharisees and the teachers of the law murmured, 'This man welcomes sinners and eats with them.' They murmured it. There was a disdain. They said, 'Why does he spend time with these people? Like, does he expect them to change? They're hopeless. Why?' Jesus had some words for them in Luke 15, and we see this in rapid fire. It's the only time in the New Testament where Jesus is speaking and he says, 'Look, I want to hit you on the head with this, and I'm going to hit you on the head with it hard,' is that people have value to me. And I want you to have such a heart for them that you are willing to warrant a great search and rescue mission for them, that you are going to be long-suffering in the wait for them to see me and come to me." And we read this in the parable of the lost sheep, in the shepherd's heart to leave the other 99 to search out and find the one that was missing. In the lost coin, that the widow searched high and low, she missed it, and she found the coin, and there was great celebration. And then we see it in the long suffering of the father's forgiveness of a son that had turned away from him. Jesus wants us to have hearts for the lost. He wants us to have a heart that sees them with great value, sees people with great value, and he wants us to warrant a great search for them and to bring them into God's family and to celebrate. There's always a great celebrate that what was lost is now found. I encourage you to read Luke 15 this week. As you read through Luke 15, which part identifies with you? Is God saying something to you about your life and your role in reaching out to others? Ask God to bring to mind someone in your life that is lost or far away from him, and begin to pray for that person. Write their name down somewhere that you often look. Remember that we are always depending on God, that it's his life in us, that no one comes to the Father except for him who draws them. But don't underestimate that Jesus is alive in you, and that your life can be an irresistible life to someone in this world who's lost and looking and searching for hope. See you guys next week for our small group focus.